Well, hello there, booktube. I'm Debs, and welcome back to my channel, Raina Reads Stuff. It is Thursday, the 1st of February. I am in the book shack, and I am going to tell you what I plan to read this month. But to start with, I'm going to show you the last book I finished in January. Yay! It's done! It was brilliant. I shall tell you all about it in my reading wrap up on Sunday. Now, there's lots of different events going on in February, but I think this month I am going to have a mood read month, and I am not going to commit to anything apart from the things I'm already doing. So, the top of my list is to finish off the Read What You Own challenge. Um, I'll obviously put all the details of all the challenges below. But this was set up by Olly, Olly, and I am 79 books in. War and Peace was the 78th book that I read. I have read another book this morning, which I'm not going to tell you about yet. So I have 21 books to go, and I really, really want to get this finished within the next couple of weeks. I know that's a big ask, but I'm going to aim for the middle week in February and see how we go. I will also continue to take part in MJ at Reading This Life's 24 and 24, which is dealing with banned books. And last month I read Black Beauty and 1984. Not quite sure what I'm going to go for this month. I've got a lot of options just on my bookshelf. So I might read Johnny Got a Gun, Dalton Trumbo, but I'm not sure yet. Like I say, it's mood read month. I will also be carrying on with Historathon. It's a year-long event, and we are 1 month into the first quarter, which is prehistory 500 CE. I'm thinking for that my first one might be Neil Oliver's Wisdom of the Ancients. Neil Oliver is a Scottish archaeologist, and I like the way he writes. He's a really good storyteller. So that might be one. I've got my list of challenges that I've set for myself, and that is a classic. Don't know. Don't know for that one yet. A history book, like I say, probably Neil Oliver. A play. I have this urge to read Lysistrata by Aristophanes. It's funny and I really enjoy it. Um, Other than that, I've got some George Bernard Shaw. I've got some Chekhov that I still need to read. If I'm really feeling adventurous, I've got some Dylan Thomas, but I don't really understand it, so I'm not sure whether I'm going to be reading that. Then I have some poetry. At the moment, I found an old modern poetry reader, and I say modern because it's from 1940. So I might delve into that. I might even finish Seamus Heaney's Rattlebag. One P.G. Woodhouse, probably Thinking Blandings. an author or genre that I don't know. That could be anything. Uh, Two banned books, obviously, if I'm going to fit 24 in 24. One book from around the world. Now, for that, I've chosen something very specific. Um, I really enjoyed last month having a big, huge book to read throughout the month. And when I was watching Jim at Jim's Books, Reading and Stuff, I noticed that he lived in Georgia. And so I asked him for a suggestion for a Georgian author that I could read. And he came up, one of his suggestions was this, which I bought last year. Nino Haratischvilli, The Eighth Life, in brackets, for Brilka. This is a big epic family saga. Nino Haratischvilli is a Georgian German author. Um, the epic bestseller longlisted for the International Booker Prize. And it says, at the start of the 20th century, on the edge of the Russian Empire, a family prospers thanks to a recipe for hot chocolate that bewitches its drinkers. But this chocolate carries a bitter, some say cursed, aftertaste. Tumbling through the years across the vast expanses of longing and loss, witness generation after generation of this remarkable family as they struggle and thrive, divide and unite, reunite, and live and die in the Red Century. So, the eighth life is going to be what I am now going to term my monster of the month. And it looks brilliant. And that will be for my Around the World reading. Then I have a City of Literature read, and that is Nottingham, the City of Literature, and my year long, well, however long it takes, exploration as to why Nottingham is a city of literature. Not sure what I'm going to go for that yet. Maybe a more modern one. I read D.H. Lawrence in January. Um, Maybe John Harvey or John McGregor. I have lots of both of their works. We'll see how it goes. Now, mid-month, there is an event which is Garb August 2.5. This is the little stack of books left over from Garb August. They left over. Most of these were left over. A couple I actually purchased afterwards. So it looks like for the majority of these, it looks like I'm going men's adventure. I have a lot of cowboy books left over. I ordered lots of cowboy books in Garb August last year in an attempt to find one that had a cigarette ad in there. None of these did, but I've still got them, and I enjoyed the cowboy books. So I've got Feud Valley. Feud Valley by Walt Coburn. That's a good name, isn't it? Then we have Louis L'Amour, who apparently is quite famous as a Western writer. Uh, Kiowa Trail. This isn't a cowboy one. But I do like the cover. Sorry You've Been Troubled by Peter Cheney. And this is a sci-fi one, but again, I like the cover. Andre Norton, Starborn. Then I have, this one I think must have been bought for the Let's Have a Nude on the front. Howard Spring, Shabby Tiger. Texas Spurs. Can't even read that. J.L. Balmer. Anything you can do. Daryl T. Langart. That appears to be another sci-fi one. The Man from Texas. Owen Evans. He would tame the land with raw fists and naked guns. There you go. Bravados from Texas. Marshall Grover. A Larry and Stretch Western. I don't know what a Larry and Stretch Western is, but it sounds good. Then we have some crime ones. A Foursquare crime book. The Moving Toy Shop by Edmund Crispin. Calamity Town by Ellery Queen. That's a good cover too, isn't it? And finally, two Ed McBain books. What's that one called? Homicide Department and Cut Me In. So, I am not reading all of these. I am not breaking my neck for Garb August. 2.5? 1.5? It's the halfway point between last Garb August and this Garb August. But I certainly have a selection that I can fill a weekend with in that lot. Should be fun. So, it's sort of a TBR and sort of not a TBR. I think the only one I'm really committing to is The Eighth Life. Now, I know there are several other events on this month, and if I fancy it, I might delve into Holmes on the Range, which is a Sherlock Holmes themed one, or Annie over at Obscure Books is doing a film one, and I do have a biography of Stanley Tucci. I love Stanley Tucci. Um, so maybe, maybe not. Who knows? But this month mainly, I am cutting myself free to read whatever I like, whenever I like, and hopefully I'll tick off all the things on my own list. And like I say, hopefully, a couple of weeks. I think I think the Garb August event is the weekend of the 15th and 16th of February. I might have that wrong. Check below. I'll check it and I'll put it below. But by that weekend, I want to have finished the Read What You Own challenge. It's quite a big ask. Maybe over that weekend, and then I can read some of these smaller books. Anyway, that's it for now. I hope you all had a wonderful reading January and continue to have a great reading February. Please like and subscribe. That would be great. And we can chat. Thank you for watching, and I shall see you all Sunday probably for my reading wrap up, during which I shall tell you what I thought of War and Peace. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.